And welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Jumai Manson. Now, a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nicomsat. Now the news in full. The Independent National Electoral Commission has presented certificates of return to Ondo State Governor-elect Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his deputy Adelamu Alaya. The certificates were handed over in Abuja by the Supervisory National Commissioner for Ondo State, Professor Kunle Ajayi. This comes 4 days after INEC declared Aiyedatiwa the winner of the governorship election held on Saturday. Aiyedatiwa won across all 18 local government areas of the state, polling 366,781 votes against Agbola Ajayi of the People Democratic Party, who polled 117,846. Details will be brought in our subsequent bulletin. The Minister of Women Affairs, Hajia Iman Suleiman Ibrahim, has disclosed that the federal government, through the National Plan for Financing Safe Schools, allocated more than 112 billion naira to ensure safety and inclusive spaces for children in the next 3 years. The minister made this known in a statement issued in Abuja to commemorate the 2024 World Children's Day with the theme, Advancing Children's Right for a Sustainable Future. She pointed out that the government is committed to creating an environment where every child will have access to education, health, and a life free from fear and harm. The World Children's Day is UNICEF's global day of action for children, celebrated around the globe on November 20th. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has announced the sack of a Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council, Federal University of Health Sciences, Otupo, Benue State, Ocheku Salami. This was contained in a statement by the Director of Press, Federal Ministry of Education, Folashade Barrow. According to the statement, the decision to sack the Pro-Chancellor followed a series of unprofessional actions by Salami, including the suspension of the Vice-Chancellor without following the prescribed procedures. The statement noted that despite intervention by the Education Ministry and the formal request to rescind the unlawful suspension, Salami refused to comply, resorting to abusive and threatening behavior towards the ministry's directors, including Permanent Secretary. The Plateau State Governor Caleb Mufwang has received the report of committee investigating the collapse of a school building in Jos, the state capital. The governor's Director of Press and Public Affairs, Gang Bere, in a statement said that while receiving the report in Jos with Deputy Governor Josephine Bio, the Plateau State Governor commended the committee's chairman, Professor Danladi Matawal, and other members of their thorough and insightful work. He described the report as a critical guide for government action, therefore pledging to ensure that all building infrastructures in the state undergo rigorous integrity tests to prevent future tragedies. Recall that two-story building housing a school, St. Academy, in the Busa Buji community, Jos North local government area, claimed 22 lives with about 154 persons trapped on July 12, 2024. The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, D.D. Wilson-Jack, has unveiled an online portal to enhance the accessibility of government circulars for civil servants. Wilson-Jack, while speaking at the launch event in Abuja, described circulars as essential tools for government and administration within the civil service, as they provide direction, clarify policies, and ensure that decisions are communicated consistently across the service. The head of service pointed out that the recurring challenge has been the accessibility and retention of these critical documents, which has disrupted seamless service delivery. Stressed that the new compendium of the curriculum would improve transparency, efficiency, and effectiveness in the civil service. Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has called for sustained efforts towards achieving gender equality in the country. The First Lady, while speaking at the 2024 Gender Conference held at the University of Lagos, said that gender equality is essential to achieving a peaceful, equitable society and sustainable development. She also emphasized the significance of justice, equity, and empowerment in advancing society. Moving on to the Zamfara State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Dalinjan, has disclosed that a 50 28-year-old Algerian national had been detained for alleged trans-border arms trafficking. The Nigerian made this known in Gusau, saying that the police recovered 16 AK-47 rifles during various raids within the last 3 weeks. He said that the command also recovered one double-barrel and one locally made pistol from suspected arm manufacturers based in Jos, Plateau State. The commissioner further revealed that the police also detained some illegal gold miners and recovered several mining evacuators, warning that the federal and state government ban on illegal mining was still in force. Abia State Homeland Security has launched a statewide campaign on the government's tripled emergency system through a walk show in Umuahia, the capital. Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Homeland Security, Fire and Medical Emergencies, Chukwuonye Alajimba, who noted the need for the system, said the system integrates security, medical and fire service designed to enhance life-saving emergencies across the state. He added that ambulances have been strategically stationed in the Umuahia, Abia and Ohafia for emergencies, and patrol vans will be sent to rural communities for emergency calls. The maiden edition of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund National Research Fair and Exhibition holding at the Eagle Square in Abuja was brought together inventors from around the country, showcasing different inventions. The exhibition is aimed at bridging the gap between research, innovation, and the market. Ramsey Enoch Agbo, who has been following the event, now reports.
Right here, we are live at the Eagle Square in Abuja, where the maiden edition of the National Research and Exhibition Fair is happening.
This is multi-air cyclone system for kaolin beneficiation. Kaolin is a solid mineral abundant in almost every state in this country. But it is very useful in the production of paints. It is used in the production of rubber, used in production of rubber making, in plastic and in ceramic materials.
This machine here is called movable Bambara nut shelling and cleaning machine. It's a sheller. And this project came as a result of the wastages we encountered. Most farmers produce this Bambara nut, but because of the tediousness of the processing, sometimes it ended up wasted.
What we have here is our products, innovations from Delta State Polytechnic of Nwachukwu. What you are seeing here now is what we call DSPG Smart Campus. It's actually a model, and it tends to solve problems of security on campus, revenue generation, power solutions.
Our vehicles are e-vehicles. They run on lithium batteries and they are rechargeable. This one can be charged either directly with electricity or you can charge it with the solar panel that it is carrying.
These are people from different universities, individuals that have come up with different ideas. Ramsey Enoch Agbo reporting for Global Television.
Thank you, Ramsey, for that report. Now, former Director of Strategy and Communications to President Goodluck Jonathan, Jackson Ude, has criticized the federal government and indigenous people of Biafra, IPOD, over the ongoing violence and killings in the southeast. Ude, in a statement made available, to describe the continuous killing of the innocent people under the guise of enforcing a sit-at-home order as irresponsible and dangerous. He argued that such actions deny people their means of livelihood, especially amid widespread poverty and hunger, and escalating insecurity in the region, therefore calling for the political solution to Biafra agitation. The communication expert urged the agitators to channel their energy into democratic processes, as he suggested setting up a political platform to elect representatives who could push for a referendum on the matter through legislative means. The acting Chief of Army Staff Corps, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, has ordered an immediate investigation into an alleged brutality by certain officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army. This was contained in a statement by the Director, Army Public Relations, Major General Oyema Nwachukwu in Abuja, stating that a viral audio-visual recording circulating on social media platforms purportedly showed a senior army officer and 2 other soldiers in an altercation with a man and woman within the Abuja metropolis. Nwachukwu said the circumstances leading to this incident are not clear at the moment, but the acting chief of army staff has ordered an immediate investigation to unravel the true circumstances surrounding the altercation. The Senate have been urged to support the widow of late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah by letting her succeed him in the Senate. Borno South Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume made the call while speaking during the valedictory session held in honor of Ubah. He passed away in July at the age of 52 in the United Kingdom. He stated that such has happened before, as he cited several instances where widows or relatives of deceased politicians succeed them in a political office. He therefore urged the upper legislative chamber to ensure that Ubah's wife succeeded him in the Senate as the representative of the Anambra South Senatorial District in the 10th Senate. 209 persons have been confirmed dead in a tanker fire accident that occurred on October 14, 2024. This was disclosed by the chairman of the investigation committee on the tanker fire incident in Majam, Jigawa State, retired DIG Hafzu Mohammed Inuwa stated this while presenting the committee's finding to Governor Umar Namadi, saying that the primary objectives of the investigations were to identify both the remote and immediate causes of the fire, assessing the damage, and make recommendations to prevent future occurrences. During the presentation, the chairman reported that the committee engaged with key stakeholders, visited health facilities, and consulted with affected communities, underscoring the urgent need for action regarding the damage caused by the fire and the impact on affected families. In his response, the state governor commended the efforts of the committee by their timely report and assured them that the government will review the report for quick implementation. You're watching News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, where News Express returns. Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority invests $2.833 billion to stabilize economy in 12 years. Details of these as well as foreign and sports stories coming right after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is News Express on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. Over now to our business desk now. The House of Representatives has mandated electricity distribution companies to undertake a 500 billion naira recapitalization to enhance their financial stability and ensure they can effectively meet their obligations to the Nigerian public. The resolution followed the adoption of a motion titled Need to Address the Activities of Distribution Companies in Nigeria, sponsored by Ayokunle Isiaka, the member representing the Ifo-Ewekere Federal Constituency of Ogun State. Soliciting support for the motion, Isiaka highlighted that recent actions by the DISCOs have posed a significant threat to the nation's economy stability and the welfare of Nigerians. He expressed concern that despite Nigerians paying for electricity meter installations, distribution companies are still demanding additional payments for the replacement of these meters under controversial circumstances. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has stressed the need for Nigeria to increase the exportation capability to revamp its economy. The governor, who stated this as the guest lecturer of the 36th convocation ceremony of Yaba College of Technology, Yaba, Lagos, noted that the crisis of foreign exchange is one of the fundamental issues at the root of the nation's lingering economic situations. Sanwo-Olu's lecture on developing exportable alternatives for Nigeria's economy recovery explained that over-dependence on foreign exchange has done far more harm than good to the nation's economy and the people's mindset. He commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration for laying the foundation for improving export capability to reposition the Nigerian economy. Managing Director of Nigerian Sovereign Wealth Fund, NSIA, Aminu Umar Sadiq, has said that the NSIA has invested about $2.833 billion towards the attainment of the key SDGs in the country since its establishment about 12 years ago. Umar Sadiq stated this when the House Committee on Finance paid an oversight visit to the agency. He further disclosed that the NSIA ranked among the best sovereign wealth funds globally, ranking joined first with New Zealand in 2023, Spain and Ireland with 96% each in the ranking. He added that Luxembourg and Sweden with 92%, Norway with 89%, Netherlands with 88%, Canada with 87%, Denmark with 86%, Panama with 84%, and France with 83% all ranked behind Nigeria in the global sustainability ranking. The House of Representatives has asked the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and the Federal Ministry of Finance to immediately refund the 50% deduction made from the accounts of the Nigerian Shippers Council. The House, while adopting a motion moved by Honorable Abba Ahmed Sani, APC Zamfara, also directed the Ministry of Finance to release all outstanding 12% port development levy surcharge funds owed to the council without delay. Leading debate on the motion, Abba Sani said the Ministry of Finance deducted 50% of revenue from the accounts of the Nigerian Shippers Council in December 2023 using the provisions of the 2021 Finance Act. He also expressed concerns that the Ministry of Finance has now slow and inconsistent in releasing the 2% portion of the 7% port development levy surcharge allocated to the council, resulting in delayed and insufficient funding. Over now to our foreign desk, experts have said that U.S. President Joe Biden's decision to provide anti-personnel mines to Ukraine and allow the use of long-range missiles on the Russian territory comes as the Russian military is accelerating its gain along the front line. Data from the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, shows that Russia has gained almost 6 times as much territory in 2024 and it did in 2023, and advancing towards key Ukraine logistical hubs in the eastern Donbas region. Meanwhile, Ukraine's surprise incursion has Russian Kirk region is fluttering. Russian troops have pushed Kyiv's offensive backwards. Experts have questioned the success of the offensive, with one calling it a strategic catastrophe given manpower shortage faced by Ukraine. South Africa has assured the presidency of the G20, becoming the first African nation to lead the influential bloc of the world's largest economies. The handover ceremony took place during the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, where the Brazilian president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, officially transferred leadership to South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, who pledged to prioritize Africa's development and the global South's interests during his tenure. In sports now, Italian Serie A club Genoa FC has announced the appointment of former Arsenal and Manchester City midfielder Patrick Vieira as its new head coach. The club made this announcement in a statement published on its website, saying the new coach will oversee his first training session following the formalization of his contact at the Villa Rosten headquarters. Vieira, a former French defensive midfielder, was a key member of Arsenal's historic Invincible squad that clinched the club's third English Premier League title. Vieira, who lifted the FIFA World Cup in 1998 with France, played alongside French teammates Thierry Henry and Robert Pires, amongst others. The Super Eagles, Ademola Lookman, has been shortlisted for Serie A Forward of the Year category at the prestigious Gran Gala del Calcio Award. This follows the Nigerian forward's outstanding performances for Atalanta. 27-year-old Lookman will face challenge from later for Inter Milan duo Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram, as well as AC Milan's Rafael Leo. For the award for nomination comes after a remarkable season that saw him emerge as Europeans' most productive attacking player in the later stage of the 2023-24 champion, registering 14 goal contributions. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has signed a 1-year contract extension with an option of an additional year, potentially keeping him in the in charge until 2024. The announcement cements Grandalia's exceptional tenure, during which the club has secured the club Premier League title and solidified its dominance in English football. The news have been met with widespread approval from fans and football pundits, who view it as a strategic move to maintain Manchester City's competitive edge. Under Guardiola's leadership, the club has achieved remarkable domestic and international success through specific milestones such as Champions League triumphs remain undisclosed in his update. Now, to end the News Express, here's a summary of our top stories again. We brought to you that the federal government, through the National Plan for Financing Safe Schools, allocated more than 112 billion naira to ensure safety and inclusive spaces for children in the next 3 years. On our business desk, Managing Director of the Nigerian Sovereign Wealth Fund, NSIA, Aminu Umar Sadiq, have said that the NSIA has invested about $2.833 billion towards the attainment of key SNGs in the country. On our foreign scene, experts have said that U.S. President Joe Biden's decision to provide anti-personnel mines to Ukraine comes as the Russian military is accelerating its gains along the front line. And finally, in sports, we brought to you that Manchester manager Pep Guardiola has signed a one-year contract extension until 2027. And that's it on News Express, and it came to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nicomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using Global TV NG. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching.